Hello Aries, welcome to your September 2003 forecast. My name is Michelle and welcome to my YouTube channel. I combine my knowledge of astrology with my intuition, and this will be reflected in this video. So this video is for everyone who has their sun, their moon or the rising sign in Aries. And I do want you to keep in mind that this is a general reading, okay? I do private readings as well, and you find my email in the description box below. And before we start, hit the notification bell, subscribe to my channel if you want to see many more forecasts. So Aries, let's dive in and see what September has to offer you. So September will be quite a calm month, okay? We're going to be in Virgo season up until the 23rd of September. And this will be in your 6th house. And this has to do with your routines, with your health. So if you overate during the summer, like many of us do, or maybe had a few too many drinks, or you just enjoyed life a lot, it's time now to come back to a healthy diet, to really see what your body needs. It's not a time to go for extreme sports, but yes, it is a good time to maybe go back to the gym or go to certain sport classes, but not the extreme type. Don't ask too much from your body, okay? Take it slow, take it easy, and you will see that with time you will get back into your routines. Because we have so many retrogrades, you know, it's like starting really slowly. So we'll be step by step, you will come back. Because we're gonna have Jupiter also stationing retrograde on the 3rd of September. And on the same day, Venus is stationing direct. So at least Venus is slowly moving forward. And it was really closing down this period regarding your love life. So a lot of people have experienced a breakup. And I'm sure some of you who are watching have experienced this around this Venus retrograde time. Or maybe you had some words with your partner. This might still continue until half of the month, right? Around the 15th of September. We also have Mercury retrograde. So it's kind of a situation where a lot of karma has to be resolved. Not only with your current partner, if you're single, you might hear from people from the past. Right? Especially with Venus, this was related to romance, so it could be like ex-lovers or people from your past life. And they might come back and say, hey Aries, how have you been? I was thinking about you. This is a very key sentence during this time. I was just thinking about you and I want to know how you're doing. So tell me. And you had Venus retrograde in your 5th house. So definitely people you've dated before, in this lifetime or maybe in past lifetimes. And it's funny because very often we can see that back in the astrology. And yeah, as an astrologer, I can see that in my own life as well, that very often there are 12th house or south node connections with this person. And there's definitely some unfinished business over there. Yeah, when Venus was retrograde in the 5th house, this reflects also on a period of going back to your childhood. How were you loved as a child? How were you taken care of? And how does that reflect now to your current relationships? So there's definitely this comparison going on. Mercury is retrograde and will station direct on the 14th of September during this new moon in Virgo. So at the beginning of the month, there might be some miscommunications happening in the workplace. So if you're at work and maybe there would be some arguments or really like misunderstandings. It's like you're saying something and you feel like your colleagues are not really getting what you're saying. This is because of Mercury retrograde, okay? So let them misunderstand, or make sure you put it in an email, you read over it a few times so you make sure that your point is clear and there are not going to be some massive misunderstandings, okay? Make sure to not participate in office gossip right now, okay? No gossip or gym gossip if you go to a sports club. that you kind of stay out of that, because it might come back to you later. Okay, or it's coming back to you right now, something you've said in the past and people were like, yeah, you said that. So I always say better own up to it. And actually Aries is definitely the sign that owns up to their stuff. You are very blunt and direct, and you are not ashamed of speaking up on how you feel. Okay, and that's why you're such a good friend. You are not hiding anything. It's better to be direct and to say what you think, because at least your friends or your partner, they know you're honest, right? And I'm Dutch, so I'm really all for a direct approach. Yeah, so maybe you can look at your home situation as well, clean up some stuff, throw away some clothes. Maybe you can donate something, especially if you're in early degree Aries. So this is for rising sun and moon. Your Neptune is going to be very close. So between 0 and 5 degrees, Neptune is going to be very close to your sign. So sometimes you're going to feel a little bit foggy, right? A little bit out of here, especially when Mercury is also retrograde. So if you sometimes feel like you're spacing a little bit, do some grounding exercises to come back to Mother Earth, you know? And especially for people who are in this spiritual process, we do need to do some grounding exercises, because we can just fly sometimes in the ether and forget like that we are humans and we need to be here. So make sure to do some grounding exercises. Jupiter in your second house, okay? Jupiter is retrograde this month, and it's not going to have a huge impact, right? It can really bring some changes in your money situation, but still Jupiter is going to bring an expansion when it comes to your money, okay? So you could have more income. There might be an old idea that you had, like, oh, I could make money like this, and you just let it go and it might come back. So write down all the ideas that you had, and you know, after Mercury, I cannot even speak, Mercury stations direct, you can actually act on that. So this also happens, right? When there's so many retrogrades, it's like, I don't even know how to talk. It's funny. Yeah, I was gonna say more. Yeah, there's also a full moon in the sign of Aries. And this will happen on the 29th of September. And because we had 2 full moons in August, right? So we had one at the beginning of August and one at the end. So we had 2 full moons. So now it kind of shifted, and the full moon in September is going to be on the 29th in Aries. And what makes this full moon kind of special is that Mars is going to be with the South Node, okay? And for you, that's in your 7th house. So be aware of conflicts with a partner around this time, okay? There might be someone or a third party actually showing up, stirring up some conflicts, or someone from the past that's coming back, and there could be like a triangle situation. Also be aware of fights. So if you can just go away with your friends and say to your partner, okay, I'm gonna be out for a bit, maybe that's smart. By the end of September and beginning of October. At the same time, it's also reflecting on anger that has been hidden and suppressed, so that might come up. This is not just romantic partners, this is also business partners. And if you're single, this could reflect in a passionate relationship coming back from the past. Maybe you're sharing a lot of passion, and you're just gonna have to wait until these planets, or well, until Mars is splitting with the South Node, to see if this passion is sustainable and if you have a soul connection as well, right? Because Aries, you like passion, you like fire, and how genuine is this fire? And Venus is in a square with Uranus for the last part of the month, and we had this in August as well, and this creating some changes in the way you see a situation, okay? This is like, I'm changing my mind about this person. I actually really like this person. It's abrupt, it's sudden, and it also has to do with money. So Uranus is in your 2nd house, and it's squaring Venus in the 5th. So there might be some unexpected expenses when it comes to your children, if you have children, or on romance. Maybe you're going on many dates and, you know, that's going to cost quite some money. But it could also be that someone is taking you on a date and you don't have to pay. Or your partner is taking you on a date and, you know, a nice little surprise. There could also be a project that you're working on, something really creative, and yeah, maybe you want to invest some money in that. So I'm getting the miracle of forgiveness, Aries. So there's definitely this situation, maybe a situationship for some of you. And it's like you've met someone that's really helping you in your spiritual path. And this could be in a good way or a bad way, but it's like I feel there is some kind of light opening up in your situation that, I don't know, a lot of you are in some on a spiritual journey of shining light upon yourself. So maybe you've done some shadow work to really improve the situation that you're in, maybe with your family, maybe in your work, that there are some difficult situations around this time. Yeah, I'm taking the high road. You're gonna take the high road. You're not gonna, you know, lower yourself to other people's lower business, and you're gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna stand up for myself, and I'm gonna do it in a way that I'm carrying light. So I'm not gonna be vindictive. I'm not gonna respond in a very immature way. I'm just gonna walk away. I'm gonna speak up, and I'm going to keep the dignity to myself. But there is someone you need to forgive, and in some cases you have to forgive yourself as well. Because sometimes you can be so hard on yourself. Why didn't I see this? Why didn't I see this before? And it could be that it just wasn't the time yet. Like everything has its own timing. So forgive yourself that maybe you haven't seen certain situations or signs or red flags, that you haven't seen them before, but it wasn't the time yet. And you're learning from everything around you. Okay. So in Libra season, by the end of the month, you're definitely very focused on partnerships and how they reflect upon you. Have you been giving away too much because you have Chiron in the first house? So sometimes you're self-sacrificing to stay in a relationship, and it's really time, like, who am I versus other people? Even if you're single, like, who am I, and how do I am I still me when I'm in a relationship, or do I act very different? Do I give up my hobbies? So I'm getting trustworthy friends. So it's like your friends are really supporting you around this time. Yeah, it's like they're carrying you. So make sure to cherish these beautiful friends that you have around you. These are people that lift you up and don't put you down. If they put you down, those are not your friends. Yeah, express your creativity. Like I said, with Venus in the 5th house, it's really time to express yourself. I see this. Some of you are very verbally strong, and I know it's Mercury retrograde for most of the month, but you have some type of talent of speaking, maybe writing. I see these brilliant ideas, so make sure to write them down in this month, Aries, really. And then it's time to breathe. Like I said, this is a very slow month, so go on a holiday or have a day trip. Take it very easy and be very, very, very sweet to yourself this month, and you will be absolutely fine. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really excited that you're here, and I would love to thank you for your donations, for your love, for your support, your subscribes. Also leave a comment below. I always read all my comments. I would love to hear from you how this reading reflected upon you, and how are these retrogrades impacting you. And also it's a fun fact to know, so this new moon will be at 21 degrees, so check if you have any planets there. And this full moon will be at 6 degrees, so check out if you have any planets there in Aries or Libra. So thank you so much. I hope to see you next time. Bless you.